spent in a miserable way.
U.S. News: Donald Trump spot on compliment for Kamala Harris Politics. He's right even though he pronounced Harris' first name wrong. It's pronounced Of the early entrances we've seen in the Democratic race, Harris has been the best. Why?
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.